The April board meeting for the Social Circle Board of Education on April 11th, 2024 is called to order. The first item on our agenda is the prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory forever. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, the approval of the agenda. Dr. Brewer, are there any changes? All right, do I have a motion to accept the agenda as presented? Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. Next is the approval of the minutes from both our March regular meetings. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as presented? Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? With no further discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you all for coming tonight. This is a very large crowd. We're excited to see so many of you here. We ask that you would stay until we take a break in the meeting if you'd like. If not, you're welcome to stay and discuss finance and all the other great things on our agenda. Now I'll turn it over to Superintendent Brewer.
Thank you, ma'am. We are very excited to share with everyone that work is progressing out on the new elementary school site that's out on the Social Circle Parkway. You'll see drone footage here that we've got up on the screen. The construction company has finished with the grubbing process and lots of clearing. They've been working this week putting in a retention pond for us. And we are really looking forward to getting to the point that we'll be able to have parking out there so that we can host a groundbreaking ceremony for everyone. We have scheduled that for Tuesday, May 28th at 6 p.m. We will make sure that the community is aware. You'll be sick of seeing all of our social media posts about it. We'd love for everyone to turn out for that. We're very proud. This has been a lot of hard work, and we're looking forward to being able to give our students and our staff members the quality school building that they deserve. Also, we'd like to call your attention to Ms. Hannah Hunn. Hannah is a city finalist in the Governor's Honors Program competition, and the area that she would like to study in a 4-week residential program at Georgia Southern University is chemistry. We are really proud of her. It's very exclusive to be able to make it this far along in the competition from schools all across the state. So those of you that know her know how smart and talented and hardworking she is, and we're so very proud of her hard work. Next, we want to call attention to our assistant principals. Last week was our National Assistant Principals Week, but with our students and staff being on spring break, we wanted to be sure to celebrate them this week. We sincerely appreciate everything that they do to support our principals and our teachers and our students and families in their schools. So you'll see that we have Miss Julie Sermons, who serves as assistant principal at the primary school, Mr. Michael Wright at Social Circle Elementary School, Dr. Patty Jo McCain at Social Circle Middle School, Mr. Craig Hargrove at Social Circle High School, as well as Ms. Heather Parkerson. And these folks do a great job. We appreciate all of their hard work. Another group of folks that we celebrate in April are our paraprofessionals. Our students know what great work our paraprofessionals do in their classrooms, in order to help meet whatever the individual needs are of the students in the classrooms. We find that our paraprofessionals also make really awesome teachers. So we urge them to pursue a degree in education and then work with them to help coordinate things like their student teaching experiences so that they don't have to step out of their paraprofessional position and then miss pay while they're participating in student teaching experiences. And that's really helping us to continue to grow our own teachers. So we're really excited this year that Ms. Carla Griffey and Ms. Carly Barfield will be moving from their current paraprofessional positions to teaching positions for the 24-25 school year. These homegrown social circle graduates are going to be superstar teachers. We have several other paraprofessionals across the district that are currently working on teaching degrees, and we look forward to the opportunity to promote them too in the near future. We also celebrate School Library Month during April. We recognize and celebrate the essential role that our school libraries play in our district. Our libraries provide a space for learning, imagination, and exploration. Ms. Molly Tyree serves as our middle and high school media specialist, and Ms. Melanie Ruart serves as our elementary and primary media specialist. It's important to note that Ms. Courtney Lester, who is the media clerk at the primary school, and she's included there in that photograph, she's done a really especially amazing job for us this year as our former primary media specialist decided to stay home to help out with her family. And Ms. Lester, because she always goes above and beyond expectations, she stepped up and has truly helped us to keep that media center running. She does a great job, and we are so proud of her. And we weren't surprised that she steps up, because she always does that. But she was actually identified as our sports staff person for the last school year, and she's demonstrated that greatness again and again. So we appreciate you, Ms. Lester. And now we get to our favorite part of the program, and that's when we have an opportunity to recognize our great students. So first, we're going to do student recognition from our principals. We're going to have a chance to get to hear what their awesome teachers have said about these students that we'll be recognizing this evening. So first, Dr. Maria Hargrove with Social Circle Primary School. She also serves as the principal at our Social Circle Elementary School. And I look forward to hearing all of the bragging that she's going to do about Sadie Smith and Miss Olivia Jones.
Yes, ma'am, and it is my privilege tonight by starting with Sadie Smith, who is a second grader at Social Circle Primary School, and her second grade teacher has shared some comments that I want to make sure that I'm able to share with Sadie and her family in recognition of all of her hard work. So Sadie, I'm sharing this to you from Miss Spires, and she wrote, Sadie immediately comes to mind when I think of a kind friend who shows compassion and acceptance towards everyone. Sadie never hesitates to offer a helping hand. She is a leader in our classroom and an excellent example for others to follow. She always greets everyone with a warm smile and an encouraging word. I can count on Sadie to be making a responsible choice 100% of the time. Sadie is a shining example of what it means to be a star. At this time, can y'all help me give Sadie Smith a round of applause? Sadie, will you come forward, please? Let's give her one more round. And next, from the elementary school, I'm going to have the privilege to recognize Olivia Jones, who is a fourth grader at our school. And Miss Edwards, her current teacher, has also shared some comments that I get to share with you tonight. And Olivia, these are from Miss Edwards, okay? She wrote, Olivia is a great student who shows champ behavior day in and day out. She is so kind to her classmates and respects adults throughout our school building. Olivia strives to help others and offers help in such an encouraging and motivational way. She wants to help others be the best that they can be. I have loved having Olivia in my class this year because she welcomes everyone with a smile and me a hug and a start to the day that says, I hope you have a good day, Miss Edwards. And then at the end of the day, she's always sure to say, enjoy your afternoon. Thank you, Olivia, for being a bright light and always showing champ behavior. We are so proud of you. Keep up the great work. If at this time you will give Olivia Jones a round of applause. And Olivia, you can come on up. Let's give her one round of applause.
Great job, Sadie and Olivia. We appreciate all of the things that you do to make our schools better places to learn and better places to work. That's great. Next, we have Dr. Ryan Clark, who is our middle school principal, who is going to come up and do some bragging about Jaden Stallsworth.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure tonight to recognize Social Circle Middle School's Star Student of the Month, Mr. Jaden Stallsworth. Jaden has been selected specifically for his overall improvements since his arrival in Social Circle, and I've had the privilege of knowing Jaden since 5th grade. So Jaden, here's just a few words from your teachers on why you were selected as our Student of the Month. Jaden is so deserving of this recognition. He is a fabulous example of an empathetic collaborator, global citizen, compassionate communicator, and lifelong learner. Jaden is an excellent leader in the classroom. He is always willing to help his classmates and teachers when they are in need. Jaden is so supportive of his peers despite their differences. He recognizes and appreciates varying perspectives, cultures, and experiences within the classroom setting and uses the adversity that he has overcome to make the classroom a better environment. When there is that discrepancy, he is swift to find an agreement to positively impact the situation. Jaden is able to relate academics to the real world and can take what he learns in middle school and carry it with him throughout life. He constantly amazes me with his generosity, humor, and perseverance. I am so proud of Jaden's progress this year and can't wait to watch him soar in the years to come. In your famous words of keeping it real, Miss Bennett, I'm here to do just that. When I look at you, I see an awesome and courageous young man. I see the strength you have and the heart of compassion. Although you have faced many challenges, you have risen from those challenges and shown your courage in several ways. I see a young man who can overcome any challenge and be a protector of many in your future. I am very proud of you and feel privileged to be one of your teachers. May your future continue to be filled with courage, strength, truth, honesty, love, laughter, and success. At this time, if you'll join me in congratulating Mr. Jaden Stallsworth. Mr. Jaden, thank you. And at this time, James prepared a short little speech for you about his journey here in Social Circle.
I am honored to stand before you today as SCMS Student of the Month. As I stand before you, I am reminded of the journey that brought me to this moment. I arrived in Social Circle in 5th grade. Facing unfamiliar faces and challenges, adapting to a new environment was no easy task, and overcoming these problems presented a big challenge. However, as I moved into the middle school and now 7th grade, Social Circle became more than just a school for learning. It is a place where students like myself can truly be successful in life. The experiences here have equipped me with invaluable life skills that extend far beyond the classrooms. I would like to personally thank the teachers who have helped me get where I am today. Especially, I want to express my deepest thanks to Ms. Bennett and Ms. Dewey. I would also like to thank Dr. Clark for also holding me accountable and expecting me to show my best personality. Their support and help me with my learning and personal development have been a game changer. Through their help, I have learned the importance of accountability, responsibility, and effective decision making. Thank you all for your support, guidance, and beliefs in my potential. I look forward to the rest of my time in social circle schools and accomplishing my lifelong goals of becoming Judge Jaden and the next best thing since Judge Judy.
Jaden, that was awesome. And it is not easy to speak in front of a large group like this. I think you really have picked the right career path. You could definitely be on television. And next we have Mr. Tim Armstrong, who is now even more excited about being the high school principal, knowing that Jaden Stallsworth is going to be one of your students soon. And you're going to come up and share some information with us about Eden Park.
Good evening. It's my privilege to talk about one of our young men at school. I'm going to read a few things from his teachers first. One of them said, Landon is not just a good student, but he's also respectful to staff and students alike. He handles sports as well as academics with ease. He's a joy to teach and a joy to watch interact with others. Another one said, he is such a great student. I've had the privilege of teaching this young man in 8th grade as well as this year, his senior year. For as long as I've known him, he's been pleasant, respectful, and a hard worker. I would also like to note, and I didn't know this, that he has a very good singing voice. Yes. Perhaps we will see him on American Idol one day. His charisma and zest for life is infectious and will no doubt carry him far. I believe you cannot bestow this honor to a more deserving young man. Another one said, he is respectful, hardworking, and has a great attitude. He knows how to be a team player and an excellent leader. He's a great student and a wonderful employee. His baseball coach said, anytime you have a player like Landon in your program, you value every moment that you get to have them there. He's somebody who embodies what it means to be a social circle baseball player. He cares about the game, his teammates, and the program itself. To me, his ability to approach various situations with a degree of calmness and rationale are his greatest qualities. We have a lot of emotional guys in our program, and having someone like him who never seems to get too high or too low in any situation makes him someone the guys often look to for guidance and direction. When things are going well or not so well, they look to him to see his reaction, and then they follow his lead. He's been such a wonderful teammate and someone who has helped as an extension of our coaching staff. Being able to coach him for the last 3 years has been a joy, and he's someone that I will miss. Personally, I've had the privilege of watching him grow up in front of my eyes. You see, his older sister was a 2019 graduate. And when I think of this young man, the 2 words that come to mind for me are smile and grit. You see, first, every time I see him, he has a smile on his face, and that smile is contagious. The second word I chose was grit, and that's because this young man's a grinder. He's always willing to put in the time and the effort to be better, and he expects those around him to do the same. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Landon Park.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong, for the kind introduction. Thank you, Board of Education, for having me here tonight. My name is Landon Hart. I'm a 17-year-old senior here. I play baseball here at Social Circle High School. One of my favorite memories here at Social Circle is going to state playoffs last year with the baseball team. It was an amazing time being able to hang out with my buddies and play baseball. I couldn't ask for more. I've had lots of great teachers here at Social Circle, and one of them is Coach Dawkins, who I had my junior year, and he really helped me out with a lot of things. He was a great teacher and coach, and I will never forget him. Next year, I plan to go to college and major in business, and I would like to invite y'all to a special event we have coming up tomorrow night. We are hosting Monticello at 6 p.m. and we'll be having our first ever Autism Awareness Night. Tomorrow night, Social Circle will be wearing special jerseys that we are auctioning off during the game with all proceeds of Social Circle special winners. According to the Center for Disease Control, about 1 in 36 children have been identified with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. Lastly and most important, I would like to thank my family, for without them I wouldn't be where I am tonight. Go Redskins. I'd like to invite you to our first ever Autism Awareness Night on Friday, April 12th, 2024 here at Berkshire on the Social Circle.
Please invite your friends and family to this great event for an awesome cause.
We will auction off game jerseys during the game with all proceeds going to Social Circle Special Olympics.
Mark your calendars for Friday, April 12th, 2024. We look forward to seeing y'all there. Go Redskins.
Great job, David. We are very proud of you. Make great choices every day. Next, we are going to hear from Ms. Sally Robinson, who is our Director of Instructional Technology, and she is going to celebrate several of our young Georgia authors.
Awesome. Thank you for having me here tonight. I'm really excited to recognize our winners for the Young Georgia Authors Competition. The purpose of the Young Georgia Authors Writing Competition is to encourage students to develop enthusiasm for and expertise in their writing, to provide a context to celebrate their writing successes, and to recognize student achievement in arts and academics. This competition aligns with our strategic plan goal area of student achievement, readiness, and engagement by providing an authentic purpose for student writing. It is also closely aligned with the work of our Portrait of a Graduate. This prestigious competition has been engaging Georgia students for more than 2 decades and is open to any student currently enrolled in Georgia Public Schools, grades K through 12. The competition is sponsored by the Georgia Language Arts Supervisors and the Georgia Reset Network with support from the Georgia Department of Education. Social Circle City Schools grade level winners were chosen by grade level teams as models of exemplary writing and were submitted to the regional level of competition. Please join me in congratulating the following students for their achievement as grade level winners. And students, when you come up, if you can stay up here, we'll take a group picture. Have Dr. Lisa Mulder, our Executive Director of Curriculum Instruction, help with the certificates. Our kindergarten winner for the piece The Mall is Eric McCoy. Our first grade winner for the piece My Christmas Break is Walt Henton. Our second grade winner is Charlie Crump with Dolphin Invention. Our third grade winner for The Story of How Christmas Was Invented is Chelsea Lockman. Our fourth grade winner for A Christmas Time Day, Samuel Raymond. Our fifth grade winner for The Forbidden Jungle, Oliver Penton. The sixth grade winner for the piece Whispers of the Heartless, Skylar Knock. Our 7th grade winner for the piece Flowers, Sadie Osborne. Our 8th grade winner for his untitled verse, Bronson Russell. Our 9th grade winner for Missed Moonshot, Connor Strocher. Our 10th grade winner for the slam poem, Audrey Hicks. Our 11th grade winner for the piece Motherhood, Deanna Charpentier. And our 12th grade winner for his untitled piece, Jordan Lee. Let's give all of our winners one more big round of applause.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson. We know that being a good writer is going to help to prepare you for any career that you go into. Thank you for taking time to do that and helping your peers in your classes to be better writers too. Next, we are going to hear from Coach Randy Prager, and he's going to help us to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of our wrestling team.
Hey everybody, I was told I'm capped 30 minutes. For a second, I want to thank Social Circle baseball team and Coach Dawkins. Earlier, what Landon was talking about, it's awesome what they're doing to raise funds, one circle, right? Bringing that money and doing that fundraiser to help out with our adaptive PE program and the Special Olympics. So I just want to say thanks for that. Special thanks to the Board of Education, administration, high school administration, our athletic director, Coach Hargrove, and the community for your continued support for all our athletic programs, including wrestling. So thank you for all the support. We really appreciate that. I want to take this time to say, special thanks to the board for giving us the opportunity to recognize the accomplishments, starting off with our K through 5 youth wrestling team. Our youth wrestlers won the USA Elementary School Team State Duels. 4 of these wrestlers also won individual USA traditional state titles. First, I want to call up these coaches for our youth program that pour into these kids. Robert and Emery Klein, and Coach Gatt, come up. And guys, you can just stand right here. Red line, red line. Coach Griggs could not be here, but I do want to recognize him as well. But I just want to say thank you to these coaches for what they pour into these kids on the youth level to help prepare them for what's to come in the future. And it's not just them working with them teaching them about wrestling, but it's also teaching them about life and how to be good young men and good students and all those things that are truly important other than just wrestling. So thank you to our coaches for what they do for this program. I'm going to start off with introducing our individual champions. So if I could first have state champion, Cohen Morris. Guys, you'll just come right over here with the coaches, okay? State champion, Liam Gatt. Two-time. State champion, Nolan Gatt. I believe that's his fourth title. State champion, Cooper Felder. And if we could have the rest of our elementary school team wrestlers, please come on down. Join your teammates. Let's go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 USA Georgia Wrestling Elementary Team State Champions. The future is bright. I'm excited. To get these guys to us. These guys do a lot, travel around the country, do a lot of wrestling, so it's awesome what they're doing at this level. I'm going to be able to just sit in the corner and say, good job. Moving on to our high school team accomplishments. In regards to the high school team, our team finished third in state for academic all-state with a 3.84 team GPA. So congratulations. Our freshmen also won USA Freshman Traditional State Championship. Our high school team won the GHSA Dual and Traditional Team State Wrestling Championships, number 13, lucky number 13, good job. And for the first time in the school's history, we qualified all 14 weight classes, with 12 of them placing at state, and 6 of these wrestlers also won individual state titles. I want to go ahead and call up the high school coaches to be recognized. If I could have Nathan Everidge and Todd Cheney. Coach Strom and Coach Hooley could not be here tonight, but I do want to recognize them as well. And I will move on to our individual state champions, but first, just want to especially recognize our coaching staff. What you see is not easy, and it takes a lot from the wrestlers as well as the coaches. And these guys pour into these kids, again, teaching them more than just wrestling, how to be men. You know, we preach every day about being a good father, being a good husband, being a good person, a successful person in life. Take your academics serious, be the best you can be at everything you do. Not only being champions on the mat, but also being champions in life. So that's what these guys do. So thank you again for these coaches. Moving on to our individual state champions. State champion, Cohen Hargrove. Cohen also won freshman state, all classifications. Just want to throw that out there. Up next, we have state champion Connor Castillo. State champion Braden Mitchell. That was Connor's second state title and Braden's third. State champion James Sievers. Last year about this time we were recognizing James for winning NHSCAs. He placed this year in NHSCAs, making it the podium in NHSCAs, which is a very, very difficult thing to do. So congratulations to James for that as well. State champion CJ Duran. Number 2. Sometimes all it takes is 2 points to win. Let's go. Good job. And state champion Sean Cruz. Pinning him down with the arrow. Let's go. Good job, Sean. If I could have the rest of our high school team, please come on down, guys. Get tight. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 GHSA Wrestling Team State Champions. Thank you, everybody. Thanks again for recognizing us tonight. We appreciate that truly, and we hope to be back here again next year and do it again.
Thank you to Coach Prater and our other awesome coaches, all of the wrestling parents that are here. We know that that's a serious commitment for your family to be able to work as hard and as often as you do with all of the practices that you have to ensure that these kids are prepared to do such a consistently awesome job so that all the other schools in the state are scared of us. And they're not just scared of us because you're so strong and so strategic. They're scared of us because you are so smart. We appreciate the way that you demonstrate leadership for the rest of the school. You make this a better place to learn and a better place to work with the choices you make. And we sure hope that when you graduate from here, that you will choose to come back and live in our community and continue to be leaders here and help us to make this place even greater. Thank you. And next, we are going to recognize another person who Coach Prater would say is a tremendous key to the athletic success that we've had here in our school. And that is Mr. Craig Hargrove. And he didn't have to pay them to say that. They really do. Mr. Hargrove does such a great job of supporting our coaches and providing lots of clarity and leadership for our coaches so that they feel very comfortable about how they can lead their students and the ways that they can continue to improve. He's done an awesome job, he and Coach Prater, of making sure that we figured out what was the secret sauce that we had with the wrestling program, because we've been consistently good at that for a long time, and figuring out how do we spread that across our other athletic programs. And so we appreciate it. You guys make a great team. Mr. Hargrove, fortunately, he's not just appreciated by the kids here, he's actually really well respected across the whole state. And so he was named Region 5A Athletic Director of the Year. This This is his third consecutive year being recognized as Region Director of the Year. Additionally, he was recognized again as the State Athletic Director of the Year for Class A. That was in years 22 and for 24. And we are so grateful for the dedication and the support of Mr. Hargrove and all of the love and energy and leadership that he provides our students both in and out of the classroom. We appreciate you, sir.
There we go. All right, at this time, we will have a short break before entering into the business portion of our meeting. Thank you. This evening's meeting, next we will have a finance update from our CFO, Ms. Nicole Cross.
Good evening. Tonight presented is the February 2024 financial report. Beginning with the general fund, we are 67% of the year, through the year. We have received 58% of general fund budgeted revenues, and we've spent 71% of general fund budgeted expenditures. We are currently, expenditures exceed revenue by a little over $3 million. In March, which is next month's report, you'll see this evening now, finally, we have our intergovernmental revenues coming in from Walton and Newton, so we'll be more about 97% of revenue. I'll also present a mid-year budget adjustment. March is a little more than midway through the year, but the state was a little slow getting their midterm budget adjustment authorized. So now that I have that, we'll have that in March. So you'll have a better idea of where we really will end the year next month. For expenditures, other support services is currently at 215%, and this is for a new program which was previously called GNETS. It is now called Lighthouse. Previously, these students were supported at Rutland in Athens. Rutland closed, and so we partnered with Oconee and Walton County to provide services in Walton County. We were unsure. We knew this was going to be an expensive program. We were unsure of the cost. So they have come in higher than we anticipated, but we did just recently receive a grant from Northeast Georgia RESA, a little over $50,000 to offset some of these costs, but this will also be included in your midterm budget adjustment next month. Encumbrances for the general fund total $669,000. Next, we have our special revenue funds. These are made up primarily of our federal grants, and we are currently total $2 million in grants, and we've spent 53% of these funds. Next is our school food service fund. We are 83% of budgeted revenues and 88% of budgeted expenditures. In February, we served 35,269 meals. This is our average daily meals is remaining around 1,800, and this is about a 15% increase over the prior year. Our revenues and expenditures are both tracking higher than budgeted, with food costs still being our largest concern at about 112% of budget. We're trending about 90% of budgeted revenue, however, with meals. Our participation rates are higher. So once again, next month we'll have our midterm budget adjustment. You'll hear from our school nutrition director shortly about a program, and next week at your budget work session, you'll hear more about some ideas of how we are looking at bridging this gap and making sure our school nutrition program remains self-sufficient. There are no encumbrances in our school food service fund this month. And lastly, we have our capital projects fund. SPLOST collections in February for Walton County was $189,000, which is a 6% increase over the prior year, and $2,500 for Newton County, which is about a 1% increase over the prior year. Next month, we received our first pay application from Carol Daniel, so next month we'll also begin our recap of our expenditures related to our new elementary school construction. Encumbrances for the SPLOST fund total $463,000. Are there any questions about the February financials?
Maybe no. There we go. All right. Do I have a motion to approve the February financial report as presented? Do I have a second? I second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Ms. Cross.
And just to let you know, there is no update for freshmen this month. The collections were sent to the PTOs of the school and the public library. Thank you.
And next, we have an opportunity to hear, you would like to give a budget update.
Yeah, so there is an updated budget calendar attached for your information. We had a proposed calendar out at the beginning of the season back in January, but this has some final calendar dates on it, beginning mainly at step 19, where we have our first work session next Thursday. We'll have our first work session. This is an opportunity for me to present to you based on our state budget and what we're looking at for next year. Any additional work sessions after that are tentative, and we can schedule one-on-one sessions, or we can have another group meeting. And then we'll start with our public hearings after the initial proposed budget adoption on May 2nd. We'll have our first public hearing on May 16th and our second public hearing on May 23rd.
Thank you. All right, we have a few new business items and action items for the board to consider. Dr. Brewer will introduce our nutrition director.
Yes. So Ms. Melinda Marshall, would you mind joining us at the podium? Ms. Marshall is the director of school nutrition. We have incredibly improved our nutrition services for all of our students across all of our campuses under your leadership. We appreciate the fact that you have recruited an awesome team of ladies and gentlemen who pour a lot of love into everything that they do. They work to not only make the food tasty and appealing, but they also work to get to know our kids' names and to make sure that they feel loved every time they come in to get food. So thank you so much for what you do. We appreciate you talking to us and giving us some more information about the program that you're considering for us to be able to apply for.
Thank you, Dr. Brewer. That was very nice. We are currently operating under the USDA National School Lunch Program, and we evaluate all the students at the start of each school year based on the information that we receive from the state and from our families, and we place each student under one of the following, either a paid, reduced, or free meal status. And we're currently looking at moving over to CEP meal service option, which would allow all the students to receive meals at no cost. CEP stands for Community Eligibility Provision, which was authorized by the Healthy, Hungry, Free Kids Act of 2010. There's two reasons that we qualify to move over to CEP. In October of 2023, USDA reduced the minimum percentage requirement for schools from 40% free to 25% free for the CEP program. In addition, in January of 2023, USDA added students receiving Medicaid to the direct certification database, which increased our DC student list from 639 to 929, pushing Social Circle toward a 50% direct certification rate. The benefits of moving over to CEP includes we are expecting to increase our student participation, which we saw that during COVID when all the kids were free. We increased about 10%. Eliminate unpaid meal balances and eliminate the need for collecting and verifying student meal applications. The second slide up here is an example of a worksheet showing our claims to the state based on our current system versus CEP claiming. And we do a claim each month based on how many kids eat. As you can see, by increasing our students by 10%, we would be about at the same claiming rate with the state each month. So financially, we're predicting no change there. Our approval is based on our April 1st enrollment. We've pulled that information and we're currently reviewing every student on the list. We would need to verify that and have documentation to submit to the state in 2 weeks, which is our deadline. We'll upload all that information and with our application, and then we'll wait to hear back on approval on that. So CEP is good for 4 years, but at any time during that 4 years we feel that that's not a good financially move for us, we can opt back out of it.
So does anyone have any questions? I know that's a little hard to see.
I do have one question.
Sure.
So the commitment from the state is to fund it for 4 years, but if the board, and Mr. specifically Ms. Cross, she helps us with that, understood that it was a financial implication for the district can elect to remove early. Okay.
Okay, and we'll just keep you posted. I'll be back next month. We're doing some food bids, so I can answer any questions at that time too.
Thank you, Ms. Marshall. This will sit for the board's review, and we will be prepared to take action next month. We have an action item to approve the fiscal year 25 tuition rate as recommended by our superintendent. It looks like it increased by 82. Okay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve this recommendation from our superintendent? Do I have a second?
I second.
All right. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. We have an action item to consider disposal of surplus inventory. Do I have a motion to approve this recommendation from our superintendent? Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. We have an action item to approve an overnight field trip for the high school FFA to the state convention in Macon from April 24th to the 27th. Do I have a motion to approve this overnight trip? Do I have a second?
I second.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. We have an action item to approve an overnight trip for the high school football team to summer camp July 28th through July the 30th. Do I have a motion to approve this overnight trip? Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. We have an action item to approve personnel recommendations from our superintendent. For certified staff, we have the following recommendations for consideration. Demetria Adderley for behavior specialist, Megan Chapin for assistant principal, Carla Griffey, special education teacher, Lauren Repetto, teacher, Luke Usry, teacher, and Tiffany Young, teacher. Do I have a motion to approve these recommendations from our superintendent? Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. Also for certified staff, we have the following resignation for consideration. Caleb Longnecker as a teacher. Do I have a motion to approve this recommendation from our superintendent? Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously.
Chair, we need to add another resignation to that list. I'm not sure where our error was in not including her name on this particular list, but we also received a resignation from Nurse Gaddis, and you have already seen that list. She's on classified. Oh, Carrie, thank you. I apologize.
No, you're good.
I apologize for the error.
I will take any help I can get at any time. All right, for the classified staff, we have the following recommendations for consideration. Monique Backus for food assistant sub, Kelly Gaddis for paraprofessional, Jeanette Keeley for paraprofessional for the remainder of the school year, Paige Standridge, paraprofessional for 2024 and 2025 school year, and Chastity Williams, paraprofessional. Do I have a motion to approve these recommendations from our superintendent? Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? You're good. So let's take it as one without her, and then we can go back and do her individually. Is that okay with you? Okay, perfect. So let me restate that motion. For the classified staff, we have the following recommendations for consideration. Kelly Gaddis, Jeanette Keeley, Paige Standridge, and Chastity Williams. Do I have a motion to approve these recommendations from our superintendent? Do I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. And for our classified staff, we have the following recommendation for Monique Backus with Rico abstaining from this vote. Do I have a motion to approve that recommendation from our superintendent? Do I have a second? I second. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. And again, for our classified staff, we have the following resignation to consider. Mary Elizabeth Gaddis as our district nurse. Do I have a motion to accept this recommendation from our superintendent? Do I have a second? I second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. For our substitute teacher and overnight chaperones. Okay, from Miriam Fincher. Okay, all right, so we'll do it the same way. We'll take everyone and then we'll do Miriam last. So for the substitute teacher and overnight chaperones, we have the following recommendations for consideration. Brittany Corrett as a substitute, Keith Cobbs, Carl Quindy, Christina Michael, Abigail Sasso, and Michael Williams. Do I have a motion to accept these recommendations from our superintendent? Do I have a second? I second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. And then we will take the overnight chaperone recommendation for consideration for Miriam Fincher with Maggie Bonnell abstaining from that vote. Do I have a motion to accept that recommendation? Do I have a second? I second. All right, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Do I have a second? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, please say aye. All right, meeting is adjourned. Thank y'all so much.